Welcome back. We're going to be talking in this tutorial about understanding food withdrawal. You see, during the first couple of weeks of a new food plan, you can expect to have withdrawal-like symptoms, and this is totally normal. So you see, I was actually in the food business for over 25 years, and I worked in food manufacturing, sales, distribution, and also marketing. And I personally know that the food companies put ingredients in foods that make them very good, and most importantly, they put chemicals in foods that hit different receptors in our brain and our gut that makes us addicted to them in the same way that we become addicted to alcohol, cigarettes, or even cocaine. As I said, when I worked in the food business, I would work with food scientists and chemists that it was their job to make sure the foods were the best tasting and they understood the biology and, of course, the chemistry of the body and how food affects it. In fact, sugar has been shown to be more addictive than cocaine, and actually some research shows that it can be up to 8 times more addictive. Pretty scary, huh? So, something that's very important to understand is that the withdrawal patterns of quitting sugar and inflammatory processed foods are very similar to those of quitting drugs and alcohol. Because when you remove addictive or inflammatory foods from your diet, this naturally triggers an adjustment phase, which can feel rough. It's a sign, though, that your body is clearing out toxins and harmful antibodies. Let me explain. When you eat foods that your body has a hard time processing or tolerating, your body naturally forms inflammation as a way to protect you. When this happens, the body also forms what we call antibodies, and their job is to fight off what the body determines these foreign invaders, and they're actually hired, with these machine guns to destroy them and get rid of them. But because your body's inflamed, the antibodies are not able to do their job because of the inflammation has formed a barrier, okay? So what's really important to understand here is how they work in our body. The antibodies stick around for a while, sometimes 3, 7, up to 10 days. So even though you've stopped eating sugar or having alcohol or pizza or candy or cookies or whatever inflammatory foods, the antibodies are still there, and because they have a job to do, they will make you crave the foods that you've stopped eating, okay, until they, finally they give up and go, right? So you have to allow this process. It's just chemistry. Now let's learn more about withdrawal symptoms. So food and sugar cravings are withdrawal symptoms. Mood swings and anxiety, having gut issues, right? Brain fog. You can even get, skin flare-ups. You might get rashes. You might get some type of acne. You can have fatigue. You may even get the flu, muscle and joint pain. Once again, toxins are just flowing out of your body. So you need to be good to yourself, all right? So what causes the withdrawal symptoms? In addition to the inflammation and the antibodies, first of all, and I know you know this, sugar is toxic and addictive. And unfortunately for everyone eating the standard American diet, sugar, is ever present. And sugar is toxic to your brain and your body. Studies have shown that too much of it can cause brain degeneration, resulting in memory loss and also cellular damage. It can also harm your liver, just like alcoholism. It can cause, fatty liver disease, blood sugar imbalances, and weight gain, which is, one of the reasons why people have so much, problem losing weight. So cravings are a classic response when you remove sugar from your diet because, as with all addictive drugs, the more sugar you eat, the more you need it, right? So also, your body is shifting from burning sugar to burning fat. This is fantastic news, and this is what we want. So here's how it works, all right? Is when you're used to a high sugar diet, glucose is your body's main fuel source, right? So eating foods with sugar, all right, causes your blood sugar to spike and then to release insulin to bring your levels back down. But what happens is insulin brings your blood sugar, low, and your body thinks it's running out of fuel and wants to bring the levels up. So then you automatically crave sugar again. But with the Invisible Belly program, we limit your sugar and you start to eat clean and healthy foods to keep your blood sugar stable. So as you start to burn fat versus sugar for fuel, once again, the weight comes down. But the transition doesn't happen overnight, and you may experience withdrawal symptoms as you make the changes. So as we discussed earlier, you're removing foods that have been causing inflammation. But remember that sugar is not the only thing that causes cravings and withdrawals. When you eat foods that cause chronic inflammation, as most people do with the standard American diet, you can experience intense cravings for the very foods that were harming you, right? These are the antibodies. And once again, the food companies have created foods and ingredients in foods that make you crave them, so you keep buying more. That's all that's going on here, all right? So the issue is that it is chemically, emotionally, and physically making you sick and fat. And it's legal, and the food companies have been getting away with it for years. Being in this program, you're taking your health into your own hands. The good news is that the cravings are short-lived and a sign that you're doing the right thing by removing the foods you crave from your diet, all right? So remember, the more of those inflammatory foods you ate in the past, the more severe your withdrawal symptoms may be. But be very patient and loving with yourself during this short time period, all right? Also, detoxing releases toxins into your body. Most people are used to eating foods full of pesticides and herbicides, GMO foods, and, awful processed foods. And when your liver is overloaded with these toxins, they get stored in your fat. With your new meal plans and the Invisible Belly weight loss and wellness program, your body is no longer taking in additional toxins, so your body can start to release the toxins that are there. That detoxification, can be taxing for your body and cause uncomfortable symptoms like we talked about earlier. Also, as you start burning fat for fuel, further toxins get released from your system. So once again, this is normal, and, we're here to help you through it. So now, like I said, symptoms mean that you're on the right track and that your body is working. As cravings and withdrawal symptoms are signs that your body is releasing toxins along with fat, right? The two go hand in hand. You're going to go from being a sugar burner to a fat burner. Yay. Your blood sugar is becoming balanced, right? And chronic inflammation from food sensitivities and toxins in the body are on their way out. Isn't that exciting? In fact, the more symptoms that you're having, the more you know your body is working to heal. And the bigger the symptoms, the more dramatic the results. So this is why it's so important to understand what's going on with your body and your brain chemistry, and be ready and willing to push through it and finally reach your weight loss goals. You'll also be happy to know that these symptoms don't last for a long time. In most cases, they really start to decrease and even disappear after 3 to 4 days. All right? So, as far as getting through withdrawals, first of all, expect it. We're all born, and wired to crave sugar. 500 years ago, most people died from starvation because there wasn't much food around. That's not the case anymore. The food companies, as I've said before, have put so much sugar and toxins in our food, right, without us knowing about it, but they need to leave our body. Take one day at a time and don't give in to the cravings. You've got this. Remember why you committed to this journey. You're going to have to plow through the uncomfortable part and focus on what you want. If you follow the program and keep your blood sugar stable, you will get through it. Expect to win here. Ask for help when you need it. That's what your coaches are for. All right? Also, I want you to stay hydrated. Make sure you drink a lot of water, at least 8 to 10 glasses a day, because the more water you have, the toxins, it's easier for them to leave the body. Drink water with lemon in it. Make sure you have, like I said, 8. And, just keep drinking keep drinking water as your body continues to let go of toxins. Also, exercise. I don't want you doing heavy exercise, but sweat it out. Go into an infrared sauna. Those are great People have been using saunas for centuries for all sorts of health conditions: better sleep, relaxation, detoxification, weight loss, relief from sore muscles and joint pain, right? Once again, exercise and sweating it out is great. Also, make sure that you get sleep. Get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep during these first, couple of months with losing weight. Detoxing is hard on your body. And during sleep is when your body is ridding itself of the toxins and it's repairing and restoring itself. All right, well, thank you, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.